Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm gonna be answering your beauty questions. Everything is on the table. We're gonna talk about hair, body, skin, makeup, nails. I'm gonna try and go fast because there were a lot of questions that I was like, bam, 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 bam. I already looked over on IG. I asked you guys, do you wanna know any of my in routine beauty tips? Like, what are your specific, like if I was meeting you in public and you're like, hey, I have a quick question. How do you not paint your nails outside the line? Or how do you make your makeup not melt off your face? Like, how do you do these things? Like, what do you do, Tati? I wanted to know what interested you the most because I tend to have a lot of opinions about every single step of getting ready. I've been doing this a very long time, and you guys really went in and asked everything. I was like, wow, I thought we were just gonna go with makeup, but it's like all over the place in a really good way. All right, here we are. I have some heartbreaking news for you guys first. So let's just all take a deep breath, okay? Let's collectively just be okay together, all right? One of the most reoccurring questions in this roundup has to do with your sunglasses and how you don't get those little marks on your face. And I'm gonna toss the ball back to you. Honestly, this happens to me even with my glasses. If I put my glasses on in the morning for like 10 minutes, I will have like the little dents. Like, I am convinced from being a glasses wearer that I have like a misshapen nose, or like it's like pinched a little up here, like the bone is kind of weird from all of my many years from a little itty bitty baby. Like, I literally was that baby that had like the glasses that wrapped around the ear because she's been knocking into things for a long time. I do not have great vision. But anyway, everyone was like, hey, how do you wear sunglasses and not have it mess up your makeup? And I'm like, there is no answer for this. This is a dilemma that we are all stuck with. I know that there are some people that are like, you can put extra powder here, or you can get like on Amazon, like little cushion, whatever thing. No, you cannot. I've tried it. It does not work. If you have some secret that you're holding back that we all need to know about, leave it in the comments. I want to know. But I was laughing because like every 5 questions was that question. And I'm like, guys, like, how do I wake up with a full glam done? Like, you know, like Mary Poppins. Wouldn't that be great, right? Like a spoonful of sugar and she's like snapping and you're just like liner, lips, lashes. Okay, you know, this first question, I'm just gonna go ahead and say thank you. The question is coming from Krista B2396. She says, how to be as beautiful as you when I get older. You've just made my day. I honestly have not had the best month as far as just like getting frustrated with like a breakout or lines popping up, and just like, you know, without all the lights and the makeup and all of it, I deal with insecurities and, you know, all the same junk that many of us go through. I'm gonna use this opportunity to plug a product of mine that is sitting right here, right at the front of this video, just because I don't talk about this enough, and it really is an incredible formula. This is the Sakura Anti-Aging Booster from Halo Beauty. We just dropped the price $10. It's now $39.95, even though this is the most expensive formula for us to create. This was like an anti-aging dream come true in a supplement. So if you're someone that enjoys taking care of your beauty from the inside out, aging gracefully, which I'm doing every little thing that I can. We're lymphatic draining. I am red lighting. I am doing like the, you know, oil on top of my skincare at night. What I'm not doing is spending my money at the med spas. I'm doing everything at home, but my health is like super, super important to me right now. I'm kind of on a journey at the moment with improving my sleep, which is so like, oh my gosh, I'm a night owl and it has not been easy. Let me tell you, it's like the struggle of my life at the moment. Long story short, Halo Beauty Sakura, the anti-aging booster, is a great item if you are in my age category to add to your routine. We just dropped the price to $39.95 and the refill packs are $35.95. There you go. There's my product round of applause moment. And also, what a nice comment. You know, I was telling James the other day and I actually got really emotional and totally teary-eyed. I was like, I for years was not able to go in the comment section without someone kind of laying eyes first, because it was so triggering to me. And you can think what you want about that. It was so bad for a while that I just couldn't do it because one comment telling me that I was, XYZ would just put me in such a funk, and it got so hard to get out of the funk. And I have to say that now I'm in the comments all the time. Like right when the video goes live, it is fun for me. I am hearting things, I'm replying to you guys, and it's me. It's not I don't have an assistant. It's me. I don't have an assistant. I'm the one responding to DMs and your comments. So I see what you guys leave me, and I just want to say you are the best, and you make me feel very loved and confident to sit down and do what I do. So thank you so much. It really means the world. Okay, we're gonna get right into it. The best way to tame frizzy hair, staticky hair. Now, this is an old school tip of mine, but I think we need to bring it back. I'm having a little bit of an issue myself. Hello, humidity in Texas. So my really off the wall tip for this is to go and buy fabric sheets. I'm all about using the wool balls in my actual dryer, so we're not going and picking them up for our clothes. I find that film and the fragrance is a mess for me on my clothes. My clothes just have been staying nicer longer with just like the wool balls to get rid of static on your clothes. But if you're in a pinch, if nothing is making the frizz go away and your hair is doing that like what kind of a thing, I am telling you, rub dryer sheets in the hair. It will get rid of it in a snap. Kerastase makes some that are formulated, for whatever that means, for the hair. It's like the same thing, except for you're gonna pay like $40. So no, bam, don't do that. Go to the dollar store, get a cheap box of fabric softener sheets, rub it on your hair, and thank me later. Emma Hillel, 16. Okay, how to not have shaky eyeliner. Now I'm assuming you're like, oh my gosh, we had coffee, danger. I'm on a water kick right now. I'm very proud of it. Okay, so if you have the shaky hands for whatever reason, what I recommend is anchoring. What you want to do, find a table. You want to put your elbow down. This sounds like a silly little tip, but a lot of us will try to do wing liner like this, like, oh my gosh, right? No. Anchor here, take your liner, tilt, and then, because if you have your elbow on the table, not moving, your hand, even if you're shaky, is going to have a smoother follow through. I also recommend do not go back and forth. Try your very best to go on the inner and glide, and then go and add more and glide and anchor your elbow. That also works for mascara application, lash application. Lean into the mirror, bam. These are like maybe the dumbest tips ever, but at least they'll be new and fresh for you guys, right? This is the stuff that I do. Okay, how to best conceal scars. I am gonna link below one of my favorite heavy duty, will cover a tattoo, incredible concealers. It is technically a foundation. I did a video on it way back when that I'm not really proud of. I don't think it looked good as foundation, but through the years, I have kept it on hand. It's by Dermacol. They have many different shades, and it is like a pro concealer. I would say if you have some kind of hyperpigmentation or something you really want to conceal, go for that maximum, almost professional concealer to keep on hand. I love having a concealer that matches my skin, that matches my foundation. I have also gone to great lengths to match exactly my foundation to concealer. If you're going into Sephora, if you're going even into the drugstore, I will actually take, like, imagine this is an empty small container. I will put my foundation in there so that I can actually see my foundation next to whatever concealer I'm swatching and try to get the exact match. That way you can do your foundation and keep it quite sheer if you choose to. But if you have an area that needs that precision concealing and you want a thicker formula, you have the same shade and it's undetectable. I love that technique. I use Dermacol for that technique. NARS makes a great full coverage concealer that works well on the face, in my opinion. Makeup Forever has some nice ones as well. Someone says, this might be silly, but any beauty tips for feeling more beautiful in a bathing suit? That's not silly at all. I personally don't like how I look in a bathing suit. I joke around about it all the time that I feel like I am just like a lifelong member of the Pancake Booty Club. I'm doing my Pilates and I am seeing some success, which is like amazing, but it's like not my strong part. So I hear you. We all want to look great in our swimsuit, feel confident. I have 3 things that always make me feel really beautiful when I'm going to be out poolside. One is some kind of a long, like it doesn't have to be long, but like a cute little cover up, like a chiffon-y, kind of get dramatic with it. Do some kind of, it almost looks like a dressing gown kind of a vibe. I have a couple of them that I've picked up at Target. They're my favorite things to kind of, you know, conceal the back of the legs if that's an insecure spot for you. If not, bless you, but I always like kind of a little bit of like a see-through fabric. I also think for some reason, I don't know why, but I feel so glamorous in a hat. And I feel like it's also protecting my face a little bit from like squinting and like the sun. You know, obviously a hat's not going to be your SPF, but I love like a fun floppy hat summertime. And then do not underestimate the power of just caring for your skin head to toe. And that's going to happen daily. Use a good moisturizer. The texture of your skin is such like a sign of health and vibrancy, and just like the elasticity and the bounciness of it and the plushness and juiciness of it, just head to toe, whatever your body shape, is going to be more confidence boosting in my opinion than anything else. So take care of your skin. Dry brush. I will link below an ancient video on that. I still do that for lymphatic drainage and to get dead skin off. I just think it boosts circulation. It feels really good. And my skin is always so smooth afterward. And then make sure that you are using lotion after every shower, even if you really don't want to, because I don't want to. I feel like, ew, sticky, greasy, gross, but I'm still on the Naturium kick. I love that lotion so much. It's unscented and it leaves like, I'm wearing it today. I'm not wearing any body makeup, like glowy anything. And it just makes the skin kind of have this nice like shine. So find a lotion that you enjoy using, be consistent with it, try dry brushing, throw on a hat, throw on a cute little dressing gown, swim, cover up, and go live your best. What order to do skincare? I love this question because I am so that person that I'm like step 1 to step 10, and like I will write it in my journal, and I'm such a nerd like that. So I'm gonna say double cleanse if you wear makeup like me. If you got all this going on, you need to take it off properly. Use a balm cleanser, an oil cleanser. That is step 1. Step 2, cleanse, whether you are then going in with a water cleanser, micellar water, or an actual double cleanser, which is what I typically do. That is step 2. Step 3, you're gonna wanna do an essence if you're extra. If you're extra, do an essence. If you're not, skip it. But I do like at the end of the night, that whole just bounce some juiciness into the skin. It's not a toner that you're like wiping off. You're actually taking it in your hands. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, so after an essence, you can tone and then serum. And then I like to do eye cream before I go in with a cream. If I am feeling extra, which I usually am, I will then take an oil and I will slick it all in, and I will wake up feeling juiced, hydrated, ready for another day of makeup. And that is my nighttime routine. Oh, you know what else is good that I've been loving? This is like, I don't know why they work, because when I use these consistently, my 11s, they don't disappear, but they soften so much. So I have been big time into Tape Talks, and then I use it as a guide for my eyeliner, eyeshadow. And then another question on here is, how do you remove glitter that has fallen from your eyeshadow off of your face? Now you want to not go in with like a brush that's really not going to do anything except for move around your other makeup. And if you start picking with your nail, you might dent or scratch your makeup or irritate your skin. I have an option. If you don't have these guys, you can use magic tape. not regular Scotch tape. If you have regular Scotch tape, make sure you kind of pat off some of the stickiness off the back of your hand first. But what I have done, and I did this like, you know, with Tati Beauty, there was a lot of glitter and sometimes it would get in places I didn't want it and like ruin a shot. So if you take any kind of tape, sticker, what have you, and you literally just go like that, the glitter will stick to the sticky part and problem is solved. Go back in with a little powder and you're good. Someone says, how do you get rid of or prevent blackheads? Now, I am crazy about my skin. We know this. I look in a magnifying mirror and I probably shouldn't. I would say, warning, don't do what I do. I get really geeked out when there are too many blackheads on my nose or on my cheeks. And there are times where we just can't resist picking at our face, which is not recommended. And every dermatologist is like, don't do that. But if you're gonna do it, make sure your face is clean, your hands are clean, and that perhaps you've come out of a steamy shower or you can steam your face. That will help if you are trying to manually get rid of a blackhead. But what I would recommend overall is at least, you know, twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, depending on how sensitive your skin is. Use some type of an exfoliant. I have hopped on the TikTok train and I am into the Paula's Choice exfoliant toner, and I feel like it is doing good things for my skin. Now, to squeeze that into my nighttime routine, that would be my step before serum. So I would essence, let that really soak in, and then my toner would be an exfoliating toner. I don't use that every night. It's a little bit of an intense product. So you kind of have to gauge what is good for your skin. There are also, you know, manual exfoliators are good. Of course, you want to go with something gentle, not like the apricot scrub or anything like that. I also still love using an exfoliating cotton round. I find like just the gentle exfoliation, if I'm getting makeup off the side of the nose, does help keep things really clear. But also make sure you're properly removing your makeup. I know that that sounds like a no-brainer, but a lot of us, we wash our face and we think we can go in for 20 seconds and the skin is clean. No, you really want to count to like 60 and actually take your fingertips and really get in those areas where you're seeing clogged pores. Go on the chin for an extra second or two. Go on the side of the nose. Make sure everything is rinsed clean and that you don't have bacteria and makeup clogging up the pore with dead skin, creating a potential issue. Recently, I've been using those micro patches that have like, it's not actual needles in the micro patch, but there's something to them that actually, I don't know what it is. You wake up in the morning and like problem solved. It kind of left me a little bit speechless, but yeah, they're good. Someone says, do you have a clean-ish body oil to recommend? Thanks, Tati. Go check out my Amazon must-haves. Coco Solis is the brand. This is like the coolest thing also. This is like an oil, balmy, I don't even know what you would call this, but it's like one of these you can put on the body. I don't know. It's like, what is this? This is 100% pure organic coconut oil, but it also has a little bit of a bronze mica situation in here. And you can take a brush with it and just literally, like, are you kidding me? It's beautiful. I love this stuff. I keep it on my vanity. This brand, as far as their body products, they are A+, gorgeous, really high quality organic ingredients. And if you're looking for a clean body oil, that's what I would recommend. Someone says wing eyeliner. I don't really know what that means. Use the guard. Anchor. Let's see here. Someone says, how do you carve out a jawline correctly? Let me give you a brief re-education on this one. Now, a lot of people, they kind of go too high in my opinion, where they put the contour actually on the face. No. You know what? I'm just gonna go in and exaggerate the contour so you guys can see. All right, I'm going in with my RCMA. You want the shadow to be underneath the jaw. Let's maybe do one side and compare to the other. So what I do then is I kind of blend whatever I've put underneath my jawline down. And I typically will do this before I do my foundation. And then when you go in with your foundation, get a little bit on the neck because we want the face and the neck to match. And then just kind of go up a little bit. You're gonna cover up any harshness with that line, but can you see? I hope you can see. This side just has a little more of a sharpness than this side. So it's subtle, which we want. You don't want people to be like, oh my gosh, like look at those stripes underneath her jaw. Contour is creating an optical illusion. So you just want to give a little bit of an extra shadow that actually isn't there, but you're kind of tricking the eye that there is that shadow, giving that sharpness right here. You know what I'm saying? Let me just finish up the other side now. Let's even her out. Also, another tip with this, don't do that. You want to put the contour how you actually hold your head. So how you are actually going to look in real life, because no one walks around with their chin up to the sky. So what you want to do is see how you're actually going to look. So it says, how do you remove face hair? I have a dermaplaner, but honestly, back in the day, I would just use a razor and some caution. Yeah, it happens to the best of us. Okay, someone says, Tati, how do you care for your nails? What tools and products do you use? Not just polish. I don't use anything super crazy. I'm still loving Olive & June Picante. This has been the longest wearing polish for me. It's their fast dry formula. I liked it because it matched. Well, actually, I picked out this shirt because it matched my nails. Look at these nails. So let's start there. I have been into painting my own nails. You guys know I love the Q-Tex dip to remove the polish really quickly. But the other thing that I really love is Seche Vite top coat that will make, it's toxic. We're gonna have to jump over that ledge, whatever. Open a window when you use it, it's crazy. But in my mind, I'm like, better than sitting in the salon for 2 hours and spending tons of money. And it's kind of like we're just gonna get over it. Seche Vite is an amazing fast dry top coat. It's so thick that it totally makes the nails look like you had a gel manicure. So that is a must. I love using a ridge filler for my base. I'm really into the Orally one right now, or any kind of base coat. I know that's a step that's not very fun, and a lot of us are like, skip it, go straight in. You will stain your nails, and I think it's just good practice to do that base coat. I usually have a YouTube video or something on at my desk, and I'll just watch and I'll give myself like 5 minutes, and then I'll go in with that color coat and give it like a few minutes to dry, go in again, and then put that fast dry top coat on, and it does dry super fast. What I also love doing is the little Q-Tex jars that I use to remove my nail polish. I will actually take an angled brush. Now you can purchase an actual nail brush if you like, I'm sure at Sally's Beauty Supply, but you can get like cheapy little even disposable brushes. I will link some below, or you can take an old eyeliner brush you're not using anymore. Just make sure you put it with your nail stuff so that you don't get confused. But I love letting my nails completely dry and then going in and just over the cuticle area and any like spillage over the sides, I will just dip into the remover and kind of clean up the edges. The other thing that I still do, you guys, this was like a proud moment in the history of my channel. I really felt like a celebrity and like I had made it because my nail beauty tip had made it into Allure magazine. I still use this very beloved technique, and it is to not paint your thumbs until the very last. So if you're painting and you are like me and you're like, oh gosh, darn it, and you like get outside the edges and you're just like having a meltdown over it, keep the thumbs open clear because they're gonna be your sharp clean up the edges tool. I dip into my Q-Tex remover and I will go on the edge and just bam, bam, I will clean up those edges, clean up those edges. I will put a really cheesy Tip Tuesday, which is like 2 minutes or less. I'll try to find that video and link it, but I'm telling you that is a game-changing technique. If you are like me and you are wobbly about painting, like the anchoring is not gonna work for shaky hands with painting your nails, but using your thumbs as the cleaner uppers does work. And then you have to paint your thumbs really carefully. You just like hold your breath or something. Oh, you know what? A lot of people were asking how to get rid of lines under the eyes. All right, yeah, this is serious stuff. How do we prevent creasing underneath the eyes? If you are someone that has fine lines, what you want to make sure first off is that you are using a good eye cream. You don't want to be using a ton of powder on like terribly dry under eyes to begin with. Like that's just not, it's not going to work. So you want there to be enough emollient going on underneath the eyes. I really enjoy using the Ole Henriksen, either the CC Bright stick, which is this guy. Someone in the comments was like, stop talking about Ole. And I'm like, never. It will never happen. Or use the eye cream as kind of your primer for underneath the eye. I do find that helps minimize creasing. Okay, you're going in with your concealer. Less is more. You don't need to completely paint away everything underneath the eye. So you can layer more later. If you need more, add more. But less is more. Go on the inner corner where that darkness is strongest and make sure you are patting your creases out before you go in with powder. I always say that. But if you're doing your foundation or you're smiling and talking and you have lines, the last thing you want to do is go in with a powder and set a line, because then game over. It's going to be there. There's no one doing that. You've just set a line. So what I always do, and you see me in tutorials or get ready with me, is I always kind of go like this. I used to joke with Erica, I'm like alien face, and like we'd both be like, but we knew what we were doing. Like there was intention there. And so I got this, so attractive, and pat out those creases. And then you go in with your powder. Now, if you are high maintenance, you have an event where you're like, I need these under eyes to be perfect. You don't want to look crinkly or wrinkly or liney. You want it to be smooth. And how you're going to get there is use a powder with some silica in it that tends to kind of fill in those lines and kind of somehow like Cinderella's glass slipper. Like you're going to wash your face, those lines are going to be there, but it will kind of give you a bit of a fill, and then go in with your brightening powder. Don't just use a brightening powder and think that that's going to really have the ingredients all the time that are going to fill in the lines. So you want something that is like pore blurring, like look for that word on a powder, pore blurring, or like diffuses, and just lightly go underneath the eye first after you've patted away your creases, then use another brightener on top. Game changed. And while your powder is kind of setting, this is just a me thing. I try to not emote too much until I'm done with my makeup and I've like sprayed and set and everything. I want it to warm to the skin without me, you know, and like makeup's really, while it's just warming up to the skin, like sinking into the creases. I don't know if there's anything to prove that that's helpful, but that is what I do. And then on the go, do take like a little powder puff with you, and whatever excess is on here is usually enough. You don't even need to bring another powder with you. And throughout the day, if you see those creases, if you have a line right here, just kind of stretch it out. Oh, bam, bam, bam. No big deal. No big deal. Oh, we're good, we're fresh. And there you have it. I think I have chatted your ear off. I have answered a lot of questions. If you guys want me to do a part 2 to this, because there were so many questions, like usually you guys, when I ask about my life, like it's a lot of the same questions, but you guys like really went in, and we could talk about liner and falsies and mascara and lipstick and just all the detail, little tricks and tips. So keep your questions coming. Let me know if you want more like this. Make sure you are subscribed and ring the bell before you leave. Go have a good one, whatever you are doing. I love you all so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.